Hello, today we're talking about video games and how they improve your vision, attention, focus, awareness and mental agility. I'm referring to a blog post on my website which contains text from a transcript of a talk by Daphne Bavelier on the TED.com website. I'll put a link in the description below to the full talk, but I'll just go through the clips of the transcript as quotes on my website. Daphne says, the average age of a gamer is 33 years old, not 8 years old. And in fact, if we look at the projected demographics of video gameplay, the video game players of tomorrow are older adults. Now, I've recently started playing Fortnite after my daughter introducing me to it, which is one of the most popular games in the world. And it's actually quite enjoyable, and that's a lot to say from me because I haven't played computer games for about 20 years. I think it was because I used to develop design graphics for computer games, and I think eventually I just got tired of being around computer games. So this talk is actually quite relevant to me, but it's also relevant to other adults who may not feel that computer games are suitable for older people to play. Daphne continues to say, in reasonable doses, actually the very game I showed you at the beginning, I can't remember what it was, but she showed a game. Oh, it was an action-packed game. She continues to say, those action-packed shooter games have quite powerful effects and positive effects on many different aspects of our behaviour. What happens with these guys that actually indulge into playing video games like 5 hours per week, 10 hours per week, 15 hours per week, by that statement, their vision should be really bad, right? Guess what? Their vision is really, really good. It's better than those that don't play. And it's better in two different ways. The first way is that they're actually able to resolve small detail in the context of clutter. And though that means being able to read the fine print on a prescription rather than using magnifier glasses, you can actually do it with just your eyesight. The other way that they are better is actually being able to resolve different levels of grey. Imagine you're driving in a fog. That makes a difference between seeing the car in front of you and avoiding the accident, or getting into an accident. So we're actually leveraging that work to develop games for patients with low vision and to have an impact on retraining their brain to see better. She says, clearly, when it comes to action video games, screen time doesn't make your eyesight worse. Then she shows some words on the screen which are yellow, blue and red, but coloured red, yellow and green. Sorry, I had to pause there because I was actually reading the different coloured words. And reading them can be a challenging task for the brain. Daphne says, what we can show is that when you do this kind of task with people that play a lot of action games, they actually resolve the conflict faster. So clearly playing those action games doesn't lead to attention problems. Action video games have many other advantages in terms of attention, and in one aspect of attention which is also improved for the better is our ability to track objects around the world. This is something we use all the time. When you're driving, you're keeping a track of the cars around you. You're also keeping track of the pedestrian, the running dog, and how you can actually be safe driving, right? Your typical normal young adult can have a span of about 3 or 4 objects of attention. That's what we just did. That's referring to little experiments on the video, so have a watch of the video. Your action video game player has a span of about 6 to 7 objects of attention. She continues to say, you all be faulty of multitasking when you're driving and you pick up your cell phone. Bad idea, very bad idea. Why? Because as your attention shifts to your cell phone, you're actually losing the capacity to react swiftly to the car braking in front of you. And so you're much more likely to get engaged into a car accident. Now, we can measure that kind of skill in the lab. We obviously don't ask people to drive around and see how many car accidents they have. That would be a little costly proposition. But we design tasks on the computer where we can measure to millisecond accuracy how they are at switching from one task to another. When we do that, we find that people that actually play a lot of action games are really, really good. They switch really fast, very swiftly. They pay a very small cost. She continues to say, now I'd like you to remember that result and put it into the context of another group of technology users. A group which is actually more revered by society, which are people that engage in multimedia tasking. What is multimedia tasking? It's the fact that most of our children are engaged with listening to music at the same time as they're doing search on the web, at the same time as they're chatting on Facebook with their friends. That's a multimedia tasker. There was a first study done by colleagues at Stanford and that we've replicated that showed that those people that identify as being high multimedia taskers are absolutely abysmal at multitasking. When we measure them in the lab, they're really bad. So it seems that video game players have better vision, attention, focus, awareness, and can more easily resolve forms of mental conflicts. Daphne has other things to say which you can hear in her full talk. I've linked it in the description below, and please listen to it all, and I hope you found this video useful. If you like this sort of video, please let me know in the comments below, like it and subscribe to my channel, and I'll create others. Thank you very much. Bye for now.